In a city where style spoke louder than words, Meera was known for her perfect taste. She wasn't just fashionable, she was proud of being ahead of the trend. If something was rare or exclusive, Meera wanted to wear it first. One day, while scrolling through her phone, she came across an ad of Velour, jewellery for women of true refinement. If you understand it, you're not ordinary. It didn't just promise beauty, it promised belonging to a hidden circle. Meera couldn't resist. The store was tucked away in a quiet part of the city. Inside, soft lights shone on a few minimal pieces. No glitter, no shine. Just thin bracelets, plain pendants, and simple designs, priced like luxury items. Meera raised an eyebrow. Before she could leave, a well-dressed man stepped out. The shop owner said, "Not everyone understands these. They're made for women who see value beyond sparkle." Meera asked, "They seem delicate. What are they made of?" He smiled and replied, "They're not about materials. They're about meaning. These aren't for people who follow fashion. They're for women who lead it." Those words touched something in her. She didn't want to look foolish or basic. So, she bought a thin bracelet, for a price that could have bought real gold. The next day, at brunch, Meera wore the bracelet with pride. Her friends said, "Cute. Looks like that stuff from the craft market downtown." Meera let out a soft laugh. She replied, "Oh, no. This is from Velour. They don't even advertise much, it's that exclusive." Later that night, Meera looked at the bracelet again. It still felt light. Still looked plain. But she brushed off her doubt. "They just don't get it," she told herself. A week later, Meera returned to Velour. The shop owner greeted her with a knowing smile. He said, "You've grown. You're ready for something even fewer people have seen." He led her to a velvet case and opened it slowly. Inside was a necklace, just a string with a tiny charm, dull and uneven. Meera asked, "Is this handmade?" He whispered, "It's called silent luxury. It doesn't need to speak, it simply is." She nodded and handed over her card. And so it continued. The simpler the jewellery, the more expensive it became. The less it sparkled, the more she believed it was rare. At events, people looked puzzled. But Meera explained with confidence. She said, "It's not meant to shine. Real value is invisible to the untrained eye." And no one questioned her. Then one afternoon, her niece Zoe came to visit. Zoe picked up a pair of earrings from Meera's table and smiled. Zoe said, "Oh. I got these at the school fair. They cost just a few bucks." Meera paused. She looked at the earrings. Really looked. The truth was clear. They weren't rare. They weren't refined, they were ordinary. Still, Meera smiled and gently took them back. She said, "Well, yours are probably copies, that happens with good designs." She knew the truth, but sometimes, knowing doesn't mean admitting. Because letting go of a lie means letting go of the version of ourselves we built around it. Meera doesn't shop at Velour every weekend now. But when someone compliments her jewellery, she smiles and says just one thing. It's not for everyone. Even if, she finally knows what that really means. True value doesn't need a price tag, a spotlight, or clever words that it speaks for itself. And sometimes, the most expensive thing, is our pride.